Lok Sabha elections 2019. As online political campaigns on Facebook, Twitter, Google and WhatsApp grow louder, wider and often into a cesspool of misinformation, the Election Commission has finally asked these platforms to get their act together. Therefore, with 3 weeks to go for the first day of polling, these social media giants, along with the Internet and Mobile Association of India, have presented a voluntary code of ethics to the Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora. The signatories to this code, which also includes TikTok, ShareChat and Bigo TV, have voluntarily agreed to adhere to a list of 8 commitments to prevent abuse of their platforms before and during the elections. To read the full code and our piece on it, you can click on the link in the description below. The question then is, does this code A. acknowledge and B. address some of the most problematic concerns regarding political content online? In answering this question, let's understand what this voluntary code of ethics means. It means that the social media and messaging platforms that have signed this code have undertaken to work alongside the EC to primarily achieve 2 things: expenditure control and content control. 1. Expenditure control. This is meant to ensure greater transparency, which is to tell us who is paying for these political advertisements, how much are they paying, and how many advertisements are they putting up online. 2. Content control. This aims at tackling misinformation. That is, to ensure parties and candidates aren't peddling fake news, dubious statistics, or hate speech as part of their campaigns. Alright, fair enough. So, how will they be achieving this? This is where a number of questions arise, so let's discuss some of the major concerns here. The Code of Ethics contains 8 commitments. These include establishing a high priority communication channel with the Election Commission. If the EC finds an advertisement to be violating the mandatory 48-hour silence period before the end of each phase of polling, it can inform the platform, which shall then process this request for takedown within 3 hours. However, 3 hours is long enough for a message to go viral and get shared and commented on thousands of times. Moreover, the platforms will take action only if the order is a valid legal request. In other words, how does the Election Commission and platforms decide on what constitutes objectionable content? Often, posts are not outright false, and messages are nuanced in how they present these facts. The code does not define or elaborate upon this issue or provide specific guidelines for objectionable content. Next, there is the big question of WhatsApp, which is not a social media platform but a private messaging service. Therefore, it isn't a broadcast but a narrowcast medium because messages here aren't published. They are messaged from one to another. How will the deluge of political forwards be tackled in a medium where chats are end-to-end encrypted with no traceability? Moreover, the EC has set up a media certification and monitoring committee which will certify advertisements by parties and candidates. But what about the lakhs of political ads promoted and paid for by supporters of a party or a regular user of Facebook or Twitter? For example, Facebook's political ads library has revealed that in the past 30 days, the top political advertisers were privately run pages like Bharat Ke Man Ki Baat and Nation with Namo, which together spent nearly 3 crore rupees on 6,000 ads. In the past week alone, they spent rupees 40 lakh together on about 4,000 advertisements. In conclusion, is this code of ethics a case of too little too late? While we hope for a free, fair and transparent elections to the 17th Lok Sabha, we also hope for a free, fair and transparent social media as well.